We've been in early access so far for at least a decent amount of time at this point. Although I still believe that the worst characters in this game aren't bad characters, they're still pretty good. All champions, I believe, are at least good. The balance in this game is pretty good for the most part. There are a few outliers, of course, and of course every few things that would change. I think we have a bit of a problem here. I've been enjoying playing the game quite a bit. I've played a lot of it since it came out. And yeah, one thing seems to be very, very clear. Ekko and Yasuo are everywhere. Even though I believe that the worst character in the game, be it you think it's Braum or Vi or Blitz or any of them really, I still think they're still decent characters. But the top two are just too good. We've had a few patches, right, since they released the closed beta. We had the first big balance patch that came with early access, and then we just had the bug fix patch that supposedly took down Yasuo's damage even more. So then, and of course, the big patch involved nerfs to Ekko and Yasuo, buffs to Ahri, buffs to Braum, nerfs to Jinx and Blitz for some reason. But you would think, with nerfs to Ekko and 4 straight patches of nerfs to Yasuo, that things would, we would see less of them, right? That things would bring them closer together, or you might see a new character take their way to the top. We also had the release of Teemo and Warwick, two new champions, one of which we've actually been seeing quite a bit of in Teemo. But that doesn't seem to match what's actually happening right now. So we look at this chart showing off the champions that are currently most played globally by the players that have reached Challenger. Yeah, so we have 72 Ekkos, 64 Yasuos, and then we move down to 38 Ahris, and then we move down to 29 Teemos, 26, 25, 25, 21. And if you thought this drop-off was insane, yeah. This is Challenger rank assist character usage, so the character that starts off in the back, 53 Ekkos, and then drops all the way down to 19 Alawis and 17, 15, 14, 14. This is just online rank. This is just Challenger. I mean, at top level play, that's not going to matter, right? Well, we may have just had a tournament from FlyQuest, which may have a different story than no, not really, not even close. We had 5 Yasuos and 8 Ekkos in top 8. There were 4 champions in total in this event: 8 Ekkos, 5 Yasuos, 2 Teemos, and 1 Alawi. It seems like even though we have seen patches that have buffed the characters that are not Yasuo and Ekko, minus a whole bunch of nerfs to Jinx, and then nerfed those two, especially Yasuo, things do not seem to be changing at all. Which, if you like those champions or play those champions, then that's good, right? I mean, you get to keep playing your champions. But for the people that aren't, or the people who want to see something different, the fact that these patches don't seem to be changing very much, I don't want to say is concerning, but it is a bit confusing. As Leffen so eloquently put, 1 year from now, when we are knee-deep in the Braum Blitz meta, remember the top 8 graphic that started it. I much rather would see Ekko and Yasuo being the top than Braum Blitz. Alright, for the record, I'm with Leffen on this. I'd rather see a world where Ekko and Yasuo are top 1 and 2 compared to Braum and Blitz. That being said, though, I like to see proof, or like to see the ability to actually have that even be a possibility. Because at this point, we have had multiple patches, including a very large one that came with the release of early access, that did not change much during the closed beta. The top 3 that everyone agreed on was Yasuo, Ekko, and Jinx in some order, right? And then early access dropped, big balance patch happened, Teemo and Warwick came out, and Jinx is nowhere near that anymore because they nerfed the crap out of her apparently. But Yasuo and Ekko remained. We're still in a world where Yasuo and Ekko are everywhere. And what can we do about that? And the answer is, I don't know. The issue is, and the issue more than likely Riot might be having, is what's going to happen if they gut the characters, right? So like I'm pretty sure they have said that they don't want to just destroy a character, right? Just because they've been good for too long. So they don't want to just destroy a character like they did, like Nier and Granblue went from top 1 to now being contention for their worst character in the game ever since she got gutted. Android 16 went from Season 1 Dragon Ball, an absolute menace, to basically be not relevant in the slightest for years after that, right? I don't think they want to do that. And even if they did do that, I'm not going to go to Leffen's point and saying Braum Blitz is going to suddenly be the top tier. But basically, like what I think would happen if they just gutted those two and then changed nothing else. Basically, this exact post is going to get replaced by 8 Teemos and 5 Aris, which doesn't really fix anything. And unfortunately, the other thing that could potentially make this better is unfortunately not going to happen. That is champions. So one issue, I think, and honestly probably the biggest issue, even more so than character balance right now, is just the fact that 2SKO is suffering from a lack of variety, because there aren't really much in terms of variety for people to choose from. There's 11 champions in the game. In the case of Yasuo, why not just play Yasuo, who's like the best solo character in the game, can basically play by himself, does well with assists, has probably the best super assist in the game. Just put him points and then just basically do everything himself, and if he dies, he's great as a dead character in the back. I want to play with any of the other champions pretty much. It seems like 90% of the time, their best teammate is just Ekko, because Ekko has some of the best source of ability to go into limit strike, some of the best Oki. He has the best assists in the game. It's like, why not just play them? And that's kind of the issue, is that we've got 11 champions in the game. And when you're making a team, if you're trying to pick a champion that's not one of those two, then why not just pair them with either the champion that can play by himself and doesn't need to be paired with the perfect teammates, or why not play the champion that literally is the perfect teammates? But that part's not going to change, because Riot has said that the game is only going to, I say only, but five a year is pretty good. So I can't really say only, but we're going to be getting 5 champions a year, and the next ones are not going to come out until January, and then after that it's going to be probably another 90-something days, so that's going to be in like April or May, and then the next champion after that's not going to be until after Evo, and we're going to look more towards August, September. So looking towards adding champions to fix diversity is not going to be the answer. So that's what I mean by I'm honestly not fully sure what to do, and honestly what's going to end up happening is we're going to end up having to rely probably on Riot balance patches. Do they want more character diversity, or in the case of their promo release trailer for 2SKO, where they had Ahri, Ekko, and Yasuo in the forefront of the video, are they just going to keep them the top 3 because they want them to be the primary focus of the game? I don't know, but only time will tell. But either way though, let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think of the current meta? Do you guys like Yasuo Ekko as the top 2? Do you want them changed? Do you agree with Leffen and you think that Braum Blitz is going to be on the way? And question is, do you guys think that would be better? Let me know down in the comments. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye guys.